This is the Season 11 Apex Legends Weapons tier list. What? At rock bottom, we have the Gremlin tier, shortly followed up by the Gamer Dad tier. Up next is the Stinker tier, and then the
sometimes may be good, sometimes may be
tier. The next tier up from there is the Makes Me Tingle tier, followed up by the
Very nice
tier. Above that are the Controller Player and TTV Wraith tiers, and at the very top of the tier list is the Why tier. A very, very big thank you, as always, to EA for sponsoring today's video and supporting the channel. First up is the G7 Scout, and for me that's going to go straight into the Makes Me Tingle tier. I mean, I take this gun 9 times out of 10 in the package. I don't know if you guys have tried it yet this season, but yeah, it's pretty strong. Maybe not quite as good as some of the guns in the Very Nice tier though, so it's going to go in the Makes Me Tingle tier for now. Up next is going to be the Rampage, and who uses this gun apart from gamer dads? You know, this gun is perfect for old Bill, sat on the couch, you know, he's just got home from his 9 to 5, and he just wants to play some Apex, but he just can't learn the recoil patterns. Well, don't worry, old Bill, you've got the Rampage to fall back on. It does all the damage, it has no recoil, and it shoots forever. I mean, what more could you want? And then we've got the Flatline, which is going to go in the Very Nice tier. For clarification, the Very Nice tier is like the top tier for me. The other ones above it are just, you know, different level, but like the Very Nice is like S tier from previous tier lists. Bit confusing, but you know, it makes sense in my brain. But yes, only real gamers use the Flatline, and yes, it's a little bit hard to get used to at first, but it's worth it. I mean, it hits so hard, and yeah, it does a little bit of recoil, but you're gonna learn it after time. It's no stress. Alright, so the Spitfire's next, and yeah, it's going into Gremlin tier, guys. It belongs in Gremlin tier. I mean, this thing shoots forever. It's just
disgusting!
Oh, it's a care package weapon. It's a classic case of when a gun is too strong, so it goes in the care package, but then in a few seasons it comes back out and it's just as strong as before. So I'm already having like nightmares about when this thing comes back, because oh boy is it coming back soon. And yeah, for now it remains in Gremlin tier where it belongs. Wait a minute, what is that?
Brother, I'm here to remind you that the Simply Ashton merch drop is available now. This drop is super exclusive and there are only 300 available, so be quick. Link is in the pinned comment down below.
Moving on now, we have the Devotion, a gun which I have not used in an age. I don't know anyone who picks up the Devotion when they see it. Do any of you guys use the Devotion? I don't know if it's just me or if it's just an unpopular gun, but I swear nobody uses it. Let me know if you're Devotion in or Devotion out in the comments. Spoiler alert, I'm definitely Devotion out. For that reason, it goes in the Gamer Dad tier. I feel like Gamer Dads, they love those kind of guns which just do all the work for them, and they can just hold the trigger and go, yeah, take that. I just picture these Gamer Dads enjoying this gun, so yeah, Gamer Dad tier for me. Up next is going to be the Wingman, a gun which I've fallen in love with recently. I've recently learned how to hit my shots. What can I say? It's so much fun using a Wingman, and you're always going to see it in the hands of any TTV Wraith you run into, which means it's going straight in the TTV Wraith tier. I'd say it's common knowledge now that if you see a TTV Wraith with a Wingman, that they're going to hit all of their shots and make insane, crazy clips with it, and definitely not miss any shots and not leave the game. So yeah, it's an incredible gun, and it belongs in that tier, especially for those special TTV Wraiths. We love you. Ah, no, it's the triple take up next. Like, why? Why is this gun so good? It's ridiculous. It's so overpowered. You know, you can be having a good game, just chilling on a couple of kills, you know, it's gonna turn out to be a really fun, exciting game, and then you just hear this thing reeing at you across the map, hitting you for like 70 damage every time. God forbid they hit a headshot, because even after the headshot nerf, this thing is gonna destroy you. The Hemlock is going to be the first gun to grace the sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe bad. Let's say that tier. And yeah, I mean, it just doesn't cut the mustard for me. I don't know why, I just don't get along with this gun at all. I know a bunch of people love the Hemlock, but this is based on my opinion, so that's unlucky if you like it, because it belongs in here. I mean, yeah, like the tier suggests, sometimes this gun, it does the business for you. I've had 20 bombs only using the Hemlock, but I just don't like it. I don't pick it up by choice, and if there's another gun available to me, you bet I'm dropping it. So sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe bad. Up next is the Kraber, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Very nice is the Kraber. We all love it. Don't need to say much. Great gun. The Volt is definitely going to be the first controller player gun. I don't know why PC players just don't seem to get on with the Volt, because as a controller player, I adore the Volt. There's just something about the Volt which hits different on a controller, and you know, if you see someone using it and having a good time, they're definitely going to be a controller player, let's be honest. The Havoc is the epitome of the sometimes good, sometimes bad tier. I mean, let's be honest, we've all had that scenario where we've landed on a Havoc, we've picked it up, and we've melted someone, and we've gone, whoa, that Havoc is actually solid. But then we try and take it on into late game and we just get absolutely melted because it takes like 10 hours to spin it up and it's like so hard to control at mid-range. So, you know, like, it can be good in scenarios, it can be bad in scenarios. I know it's good with a turbo, but like, who wants to go and find a turbo for a gun to be good? The L-Star. Gremlin tier, and moving on. Aw, look, it's a Sand Nessie. That's cute.
If you don't like and subscribe in the next 5 seconds, I will find your family while you sleep and I will—
Aw, look, Rafe's riding the Sand Nessie.
I swear I will devour your soul.
You know, surprisingly, I'm gonna put the Mozambique in the sometimes good, sometimes bad tier because I think it deserves some respect. It's not even that bad anymore. Like, I'll pick up the Mozambique off drop and get a few kills and be like, okay. And then you take it on into late game, you find a purple bolt, and actually, it can do alright. But then you come up against like an Eva or a PK and you get destroyed. So, I mean, it's not perfect, it's not god tier, but it's alright. I kind of like the Mozambique, so I'm gonna put some respect on it. And that's the same respect you should show to a TTV Wraith with a kunai, because let's be honest, those TTV Wraiths and their kunai flipping— wow, I'm so petrified when I see a knife flipping Wraith coming towards me. It's whatever you do, please don't start zip bouncing on me or wall bouncing or crouch spamming. I can't deal with it. You're just so good at the game. The Eva 8 definitely makes me tingle now. It's not very nice anymore. I'm sorry guys, it's just not very nice anymore. They nerfed it and nerfed it and nerfed it, and it's still strong. Slap a bolt on it and you're gonna be having a good time, but there are shotguns I'd definitely much rather use than the Eva 8 now. But let's keep it real. The Eva 8's still good. It makes me tingle, makes me feel good inside. So, and at the polar opposite end of the tier list, we have the P2020 stinker. I think it's fair to say this gun is a stinker. And there'll be people out there like, oh, I actually melt kids with the P20. Bro, you're not using the P2020 mid-game if you can find any other gun. Let's be real. Hammer points, they don't exist anymore. So this gun has been left in the mud. I don't care what you say. This gun is an absolute stinker. The R301 though, whew, sheesh. Hey, you can go straight to the top with a very nice tier. Everyone loves the R301. I don't need to say anything. Great gun. Love it. Charge rifle definitely goes into the sometimes good, sometimes bad tier. It's one of those guns, you find it off drop and it's a nightmare. You know, you're not having a good time when Johnny 2 Guns has got a PK and an Eva. You know, those long ranges, you know, it's gonna deal some damage. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, so it goes here. Then we've got the new gun to Season 11, the Car SMG. I wish I could put it in makes me tingle, but I've picked this gun up too many times and had it flop on me. So it goes in sometimes good, sometimes bad, because I've done good things with this gun. I can see the potential, but those iron sights, I just don't like them with that recoil pattern. It doesn't feel good at all. Not a fan particularly, but it's alright, I guess. The Prowler, however, is definitely a controller player weapon, because us controller players, you know, we can hip fire this thing at close range and it's gonna absolutely melt kids. Even after the nerf, this thing is like still pretty usable. It's nowhere near as broken as it was, so you know, I'm not saying that, but it is a controller player friendly gun. So all you controller players out there, you know, enjoy your time on the Prowler. I was so close to putting the Bocek in the stinker tier, but like I had a kind of good game with it towards the end of recording, and I realized like sometimes it can be good, so it made its way into the sometimes good, sometimes bad tier. That being said though, it's very close to being bad. This thing, it doesn't feel good to use, and for the damage increase it has on, say, a wingman or something, like it's not really worth it for me. You have to draw it all the way back, and the hop-ups for it, and Deadeye's good, but shatter caps, who uses shatter caps? The R9 is going to go in my personal very nice tier. I had a great time using this gun, honestly. It's such a feels-good gun when you one-clip someone or do a load of damage to them, and, you know, if you're good at hitting your shots and controlling recoil, because it's not hard of a recoil pattern to learn, then you're going to be having a good time on this, whether you're on M&K or controller. So yeah, it's not the machine that it once was, the fan favorite, but it's still very viable, and I have a great time on this gun, so very nice. The RE is going to go in sometimes good, sometimes bad. I feel like a lot of people would have probably put it in makes me tingle. I don't really buy into that RE45 hype. I mean, it's alright. It's done bits for me sometimes, and you can make it work if you really want to, but I'm not trying to force a gun to work. I want a gun to be good without having to put the effort in, like gamer dad style. So yeah, it goes in sometimes good, sometimes bad. Now it's the Peacekeeper. Like, why? Why is this gun so hard to balance? This gun is ridiculous once again. It's hitting people for hundreds so consistently now, and by far is the best shotgun in the game. I mean, Eva was the best, and now the PK's just absolutely taken that crown again. We've had the PK meta before, and it's back, and it's just the same. So yeah, why is this gun so hard to balance? It's either terrible or broken. Like, there's no in between. The PK's little brother is the Mastiff, and it's not quite on the PK's level, but it definitely does make me tingle. It's a shotgun I can make work. I think you can all make work. It's just not, it's not PK level strong, but it's still strong. It's still hitting for high damage numbers. Once you get a bolt on it, you know, it's going to be pumping real quick. I'd probably say the Eva's just slightly better than it, but even then, it's still a very good shotgun. The Sentinel is going to join it in the makes me tingle tier. I mean, this gun is so fun to use. Running around quick scoping people, no scoping people, hitting that 70 damage, and you know, once you string together a few shots, it feels amazing. You can even use it as a shotgun if you believe in your shot that well. Like, if you think you're a good shot, try it. Trust me, it's so fun. And also in the makes me tingle tier, we have the longbow. I know we're doing a lot of tingling recently, but I promise it's all ending now. The longbow is the last gun for the makes me tingle tier. It's again just so much fun to use, and it does pack a punch. Now they nerfed the damage numbers from 60 to 55, but it doesn't even feel like it all that much. It definitely holds up for me, and is one of the better guns in the game. So I think this is the right tier for it. The last gamer dad gun we're gonna have is the 30-30 repeater, because I don't know a single person who outwardly goes out looking for 30-30 repeaters to have a good time. But those gamer dads, I mean, it's cool. It's a repeater. I love me a repeater. And they love running around as Fuse, banging people out with a repeater, hitting 1 out of 12 shots. It's definitely the pinnacle gamer dad gun. So yeah, let's go. And last but not least, we have the alternator, a gun which I love with the disruptors. It's so satisfying hearing that sound. It feels amazing to use, and it's really strong. Very nice. It's great. Don't forget to comment your thoughts in the comment section down below, like the video, and subscribe to the channel for more regular Apex Legends content. But until then,
finally I get to eat.
And then
What the fuck?